Hey, this is Travis. This is Megan. We back for the series finale of WandaVision, episode 8 and 9. This is all going to be a spoiler, so if you don't want any spoilers, you can leave now. We give you like 2 or 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr.
You are so. You are. Oh my God. Sorry, y'all. That I gotta deal with his corniness.
I'm just saying. I had to capitalize. But yeah, it will start off in episode 8. We get the backstory of Agatha and how in 1896, or what was it?
I think it was 1896. It was during the
Salem witch trial. Yeah. She was about to get burned at the stake by her other witches. I guess she did a crime, or she wasn't supposed to look at something, and she did it, and the other witch was trying to kill her, but she ended up killing them instead by absorbing their magical energy and their life force. I guess once you absorb their magical energy, you absorb their life force instead. Also, not instead, also. So it then fast forward to where we left off in episode 7, when Wanda is confronting Agatha in the basement, and Wanda can use her magic because Agatha set up these symbols, these rooms around the basement, and I guess whoever set these rooms could only use their magic and nobody else could use theirs. And Agatha proceeded to taunt Wanda, and talking about how she just an amateur if she didn't realize or she didn't see these rooms, and then I guess she was trying to make Wanda reveal how she did this hex. She further explains Agatha further explains like how it takes years to just do simple illusions and manipulations and stuff like that, but Wanda did this on a grand scale, so she was just trying to figure out how Wanda did it. So she went into her past, and then we started off from her as a child, and it explains why we have the sitcoms, because that's basically Wanda's happy place. When she was the most happiest is when she was watching these sitcoms with her dad and her mom and her brother. So then an explosion happened, and then we see where in Age of Ultron they were saying we just kept waiting for the bomb to explode that says the Stark Industries. In Agatha's point of view, she stated that Wanda was doing probability magic, and that also was a little hint of Wanda's abilities in the comic books. So then we move on to her time at Hydra, and Agatha said, "Oh, why you wanted to join this evil terrorist group?" And Wanda said, "We were trying to change the world." And I can see, I'll get back to that, but let me just do the review. And then we move further and further along, and then as you further go, she always go back to the sitcoms and stuff like that. Then they have this interesting moment of her and Vision after losing Pietro in Age of Ultron, which I like. And then kicks further off to the present time, and they go to what they do after the visions. After Agatha went to the vision, after Agatha got done with the vision, like after it shows that Wanda went to Sword to get Vision body, but the head of Sword was all casual and stuff like that. It didn't make.
And they were taking apart
Vision,
and then she ended up breaking the glass.
But that was. And go ahead.
No, I was just saying she ended up breaking the glass and going down to where he was. And she was like, "I can't feel you." And then I think that's where her breaking point was. Like she didn't, I don't think, because before didn't they show her like removing his body or whatever?
No. she felt him and she just drove off.
No. I mean, earlier in like past episodes, didn't it show like a camera of her removing his body?
No, that's what the guy manipulating the cameras did. He made it seem like Wanda took the body, but no, Wanda. All Wanda did was
she just created a world.
She created a world and Vision, but she saw Vision and she understood like, okay, I can't take you with you, and like I can't feel you, so she left, and then she went to Westview, and because that's what the letter dictates, and the letter was just like from Vision saying, "This is the house we're going to build so we can grow old together." And then once she saw that, she just had a breakdown, and then that it showed how she created the hex and all this other stuff, and then so yeah, that she created the hex. I had to figure out how she created the hex, and then because she came out looking for her kids. Hagatha had her kids in tight to this rope, whatever, and she was spilling this stuff like, "Oh, Wanda, you are one in a million. You are a person that controls chaos magic. You was written in the magical books. You are the Scarlet Witch." And then that's when you finally get her name, the Scarlet Witch, because that was never stated in the MCU before. So we go on to episode 9. They left off of that. And also they was at the end trailer episode 8, they showed White Vision. They finally restored Vision, and they used Wanda's magic to give Vision life. So they showed up in episode 9. Wanda was fighting Agatha. Saw White Vision. White Vision tried to kill.
He came up and grabbed her by the face and tried to like crush her face, and then that's when the Vision that she created came up and started fighting the White Vision.
Which I love. I like that. I like that fight, the Vision on Vision fight. I think that was one of the better, actually, one of the best MCU fights, including the movies and all that. I figure that's one of the best fights that they shown. I like how that both Visions was basically using their powers to the most efficient way, and they was at a standstill. And then like they don't do this in most shows. They end up talking about stuff. You know, they try to acquire who are we the real Vision? What do you consider a real Vision? What do you consider fake? If you constantly restore the parts, is that really you? Or is it what you keep in your memories? Is that you? You know, so they were trying to figure out, okay, if I'm not the real Vision, you the real Vision. If you're not the real Vision, what is the real Vision? And so Vision
ends up touching.
I was trying to describe which Vision. Wanda's Vision.
You can just say the White Vision and
I was about to say color. I was about to say color Vision versus White Vision, but then like that'd be the
baby, don't nobody say color. Don't say color. But the White Vision versus Wanda's Vision.
Yeah.
So Wanda's Vision touches White Vision's head, and that's when all the memories are
unlocked.
Or unlocked.
Because he said like Wanda's Vision was like basically you have all the knowledge, but it's being blocked from you. So he unlocked that, and then he was like, "I'm Vision," and then he left. And then after that, Wanda's Vision went to go back to help Wanda out with Agatha. But then what happened? The kids was fighting the soldiers, that wasn't nothing. Monica finally showed up, which I was kind of disappointed. I thought Monica would do more, but granted,
she did like jump in front of the kids in the. Try not to cuss because my parents might watch this. But the dumb police officer that had a sword was trying to shoot at the kids with his punk butt. Like Like, he just decided to start shooting and trying to shoot the kids. Like, why would you do that? And so then that's when Monica stepped forward. And then one of the bullets was able to get past Monica and touch the kid. Like, the kid grabbed it and threw it to the ground.
Wiccan used his magical powers to grab the bullet. But Monica used her body and
to
block the bullet.
To block the bullet.
Yeah, but the bullets went through her body and she absorbed the energy and the bullet stopped dead after it passed through her body. Mm-hmm. Which, like, I understand, like, Monica don't have a grasp of her powers yet. She just got it, so she's only doing what she could do. But I didn't like how Quicksilver was not Quicksilver. He was some dude that Agatha was just controlling, which I didn't like that at all. I thought it would be a little bit more. It was kind of disappointing. But it is what it is. Show's gonna have its flaws. I feel like that was a waste of an actor, you know, of a shock value. They just did some stuff for shock value. But at the end of the day, Wanda beats Agatha by creating the same rooms that Agatha created in the basement, but she used it on the hex itself. Mm-hmm. So Agatha couldn't use any of her powers
inside of the hex.
Yes, and
so she thought she was draining all the powers from Wanda, but in reality, Wanda was just putting on a front to make it seem like she was losing when in actuality she wasn't. And that's when she was like, yeah, you don't need to tell me who I am. And that's when she turned into the Scarlet Witch and drained Agatha of her powers. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and that was basically the end of it. I mean, they said the heart goodbyes to all the people. Not all the people, but to Vision, and Wanda said goodbye to Vision and her kids. And Monica went to outer space, I think, to talk to Nick Fury. Wanda went to the mountains to study, and that was basically it. That episode.
Another thing that we failed to touch on. Agatha had ended up bringing everybody out of their trance and putting their attention on Wanda as the cause for all of this. So they knew that she was the cause of their pain. And so when Wanda ended the hex, everybody was like giving her the death stare. And then Monica was telling Wanda, like, they'll never know what you sacrificed for them. And she's like, but that's not going to change how they view me.
So how do you view Wanda at the end of this?
I can understand, like, why she did what she did, because like Monica said, like, if I had the ability to bring my mom back, it's no question that I would. Like, and if we're not putting this out in the atmosphere, but if I had Wanda's ability and you had passed away, I would try to do whatever I could to bring you.
You care about me this much?
You try to act like I don't care. You try to make me seem so heartless. But yeah, it's like, I could feel that. Like, I was getting teary-eyed watching her in Vision because it reminded me of me and you.
So I'm your vision?
You my vision.
I'm your dream.
You my dream.
Hey.
Okay. But yeah, it kind of like made me teary-eyed because I was thinking, like, you know, I think anybody put in that situation, if they truly lost the love of their life, probably would have done the same thing. So I don't view her in a negative way. I just view her a victim of her circumstance.
I was talking to Keith earlier this morning about it, and I was like, I like how they did that. It's like, basically, to some people in the MCU itself, Wanda is a villain. To them, Wanda captured and tortured them for how long this was going on. You don't know how long this was going on. Because, like, one of the ladies was like, when you let me sleep. First of all, you said, when you let me sleep. So she didn't get sleep like that. All she dreamt about was Wanda's nightmares, Wanda's agony and stuff like that. And then another lady was like, I have a kid. She's a beautiful kid. Like, you can put her ear in any of your scripts just let me see her. Let her out her room. So this kid just been in her room this entire time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like they like so the kids, like the families, these people felt like a hostage and tortured and didn't have a will of their own, and they only was doing what Wanda wanted her to do. Granted, Wanda just did it by accident. She didn't know what she was doing. She was just, letting out her grief. But in the same token, they was tortured for days. So in their mind, Wanda's forever the villain, So I granted, I can see that. I like how they did that. Like Wanda is left in the gray area. Like, yeah, she might be a villain to some people, but she might be heroes to others. It's just how you look at it, per se. So yeah, I like that aspect of that. At the end of that. So, is there anything else that you like about the show in total, in a whole?
Yeah, I really like the way. I like the way that it ended. How like Wanda went off by herself and was reading the book, and she was able to hear her kids that she had created. So that kind of like leaves the suspense of, is she able to see the world that she created, or like is she able to still be in that world with her kids and Vision? So I like that, and I like the way that it ended with Monica too. How she's kind of going off on her own adventure. So that's when I had asked you, like, is there going to be a series with Monica Rambeau now? And I would be excited to see that. Like, kind of get more about her background.
I don't think she's going to be in the series, but I think she's going to be in movies. I think she's going to be in Captain Marvel movie. This is me just guessing. A Captain Marvel movie, and probably in like an Avengers movie. I think she's gonna be, I would say basically this. She's gonna be like what Falcon is to Captain America. She's gonna be the Captain Marvel. She's gonna be like the sidekick and stuff like that until she gets what she needs. Like probably get her own movie or something like that. But yeah, I'm glad how they introduced her. I'm glad that they introduced her. And I'm glad how they did it. Explain how she got her powers and stuff like that. And understand she only tapping into her powers. Like she only scratching the surface of what she could do. I like how this series was just a big retcon for Wanda, and how she got to make her more true to the comic books. And also going to explain how, because she's supposed to be in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. And I think this is going to explain why Wanda's so powerful probably in that movie. So they could bridge this gap of that. I like the show. I like the budget. Not the budget, but the effects and stuff of the show. I like the storytelling of the show. I like how at the end it explains everything and wrapped it up nice and neat. Like, why are we doing the sitcoms? Because what you do as a person, you go to your happy place, and that's where her happy place was. Was the sitcoms. So no matter what she did, it was kind of wrong. But yeah, that's what she was doing. She's just a normal human, just doing what she could do just to cope. What I didn't like about the show, what irritated me about the show itself would be like, it says the runtime of 30 minutes. The show itself would be like 20 minutes and 10 minutes of credits. I hated that. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why can we just speed up the credits? I understand you want to get the people involved, their names and stuff like that. Just speed up the credits. Why we gotta watch 10 minutes of credits? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, but it is what it is. I also agree. I also feel like the show, the first couple episodes, they should have did a little bit more to hook people for the show. If you watch the first 2, maybe 3 episodes, you won't like the show. It's like the 4th episode on, things started to pick up, and then you really get hooked on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So the first 3 episodes kind of slow. But other than that, in the whole Quicksilver thing, that doesn't mean personally I didn't like. But other than that, the show itself is a really good show, and I like it. I can see myself watching it again, just as something to do on a Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything you dislike about the show, or what's your view of the show overall?
I think overall it was a really good show. I don't think that there's anything that I dislike about it, because I really don't know the original the original storyline, so it's nothing for me to compare it to. But like I really liked the show. I thought it was very interesting.
Okay, you don't have to compare it to anything. You just view the show as itself. Like, if it's something that you just didn't like, or you didn't get, or they didn't explain anything that you know had issue, like they didn't explain something well or something like that.
I wish they would have beat old boy leader of
Sword.
I wish they would have beat him down. I wish there would have been a scene with that, because I feel like that's what he deserved, because he was just so heartless. I didn't like him at all.
I kind of feel like
I didn't like him at all. I feel like he was a Here on me. I feel like he was a representation of modern police brutality. In my opinion, that's just the way.
No, I can really see that.
Yeah, like I feel like this is like a representation of the way police treat people in today's society, specifically African American people, and them clearly doing stuff wrong, but not facing the consequences for their actions. Now, in the end, he did get arrested, but I feel like a lot of times that doesn't happen. But I don't feel like he really got what he deserved. What I think he deserved was a good ass whooping, like a real. You don't kill him, but you make it hard for him to move for like the next 6 months. Like, you make it very hard for him to function for the next 6 months.
But I can see what you're saying, because like there was one episode where he was like, Wanda is a terrorist, Wanda did this, Wanda did that. When Jimmy Woo was like, no, she's an Avenger, she did this and she did this, you were twisting it, and he kicked Jimmy Woo and the team out the way. But when he
ended up trying to arrest him later.
Yeah, but and he showed these, like I said, like that's why you got confused with the footage. He showed us footage to make it seem like Wanda came in, wrecked shop, took Vision body, and did. And when in actuality, he let him in. Let her in. They had a nice little conversation.
She ended up breaking the glass.
And that's it. And then she just left.
Tried to twist it to make it seem like they were being attacked, when in actuality, they brought on the noise themselves. Yeah. But yeah, that's just what that reminded me of. It was like a modern depiction of police brutality and the twisted mindset of authority in today's society.
Oh yeah, I can see that. But overall, I like the show. The show was good. And they probably didn't even mean to do that. It just like so happy that
it just because of where our minds are in today's society, that's probably what we connected to, and that was probably not the original intention.
But you can see that you could draw from that, like you could draw those connections, like him shooting the kid first, like, stuff like that. But at the end, it was still a good show. I like everything. I'm not gonna say I like everything, but I like the majority of the show, things what it represented and what it was trying to do. I was in the biggest thing. I was hoping more of a connection to Doctor Strange movie, but it wasn't. But it's still wrapped up in a neat way where it's its own show. You can watch it and you probably would need some backstory, but you can watch it, understand, and follow it still like that. Any final thoughts on the show?
I like I was saying, I think it's a really good show. I feel like there's some hidden messages in there, and I feel like everybody should watch it. So
this is Megan. This has been Travis. This is our review of WandaVision. I hope y'all have a good day. I hope y'all like the review.
And let us know what you want us to review next. I want us to react to like Twitter posts and stuff like that. Just like get our raw reactions and like just stuff going on in today's society. Let us know what you would like to see. Give us some ideas of reviews we should do, movies we should watch, stuff like that.
So if you like the video, comment, subscribe. It's been one. Have a good day. Peace.
Bye.